A junior firefighter in Luzerne County is on a mission to help his fellow firefighters.
Newswatch 16's Chelsea Strub sat down with him to find out what he's asking for and the support he's receiving.
Chief Brian Oppel says his junior fire chief, Brian Lyons, is a big help here at Elm Hill Hose Company No. 3 in Plymouth. He doesn't join the crews on emergency calls, but he helps in other ways.
Through the past couple months, he's been selling lemonade at his lemonade stand and donating all the money to the fire department.
10-year-old Brian has bought tools for the station with his donations, but now he has his eyes set on something bigger. He wants to raise enough money to buy this fire company the Jaws of Life.
It's just a necessary tool. My wish is to put it on this fire engine and never have to touch it, ever. So, yeah, he heard we didn't have one, and he's on a mission now.
Why do you think it's important for the crew here to have Jaws of Life?
So they can help more people.
In what kind of situations?
Crashes.
Now Brian has taken to Facebook to help raise the $14,000 needed for the device. In the posts, he says, "I don't care if I have autism. There's ways I can help, and I want to do this for my station."
Once he gets something on his mind, he doesn't quit until it's done.
The fire chief here tells Newswatch 16 it's touching to see a child be so selfless for his community.
Kids at his age get that kind of money and they want to buy bicycles or ice cream or candy or with anything. The last thing on their mind is donating it.
Brian's mother says she's thrilled he's accepted by the people he looks up to.
And it's just nice that he's accepted and, he's learning everything that anybody else that wanted to know.
If you'd like to help Brian and the Elm Hill Hose Company, you can find a link on WNEP.com or visit Brian's lemonade stand at the Plymouth Kielbasa Festival next month. Chelsea Strub, Newswatch 16, Luzerne County.
Proud to serve northeastern and central Pennsylvania. This is Newswatch 16 at 5:30.
A few weeks ago, we told you about a boy's mission to help a Luzerne County fire company buy a life-saving tool.
He has a lot of supporters, but there are some critical of his lemonade stand, and that got one lawmaker's attention. Newswatch 16's Chelsea Strub joins us live from downtown Wilkes-Barre with the details on that. Chelsea?
Julie and John, State Representative Gerald Mullery tells us that Brian's lemonade stand is getting some criticism, saying it doesn't have the proper permitting to sell lemonade. Now Mullery wants to pass a law so that children like Brian don't need a permit to sell lemonade in their own front yard. What's your favorite thing about your lemonade stand?
Raising money for the firefighters.
His fire company is Junior Fire Chief Brian Lyons' main inspiration for running a lemonade stand in his neighborhood, not profits.
He donates every dime back into the community one way or another. Either the fire hall, he did the wall that heals, just like wherever he feels he wants to donate it back.
Brian's lemonade stand has grown in popularity after he started a fundraising campaign to get the Elm Hill Hose Company the Jaws of Life, a $9,000 tool. But State Representative Gerald Mullery says not everyone is impressed with Brian's dedication to his community. Critics say if he's selling lemonade, he should have a permit from the borough.
There's no point of doing it. He wouldn't make enough money to cover it, especially for a little kid in front of their house.
Now it's serving as inspiration for a bill Mullery is introducing, a bill to eliminate the need for children with lemonade stands to have a permit on private property. Mullery tells Newswatch 16, quote, "We're trying to eliminate these regulations so young people like Brian can continue to help those in their communities." Brian's mother says he started the lemonade stand with the goal of helping others. They had no idea it would lead to legislation.
None of us expected any of it. It's kind of scary. It gets exciting at the same time. He just wanted to help, in the community a little bit and try to get a little acceptance, and just went from one thing to the next. I had one post on Facebook, and social media blew it up, and now there's everybody involved.
Right now, Mullery's office tells us that bill is waiting a committee assignment, but if you want to see Brian's lemonade stand, he'll be at the Kielbasa Festival in Plymouth this weekend on Friday and Saturday. Chelsea Strub, Newswatch 16, reporting live in Wilkes-Barre.
All right, Chelsea, thank you.
5 weeks ago, we told you about a 10-year-old junior fire chief with a lemonade stand in Luzerne County. His mission, raise enough money to buy his fire company in Plymouth the Jaws of Life. After overcoming a few obstacles, the young fire chief has completed his mission. The celebration is where we find Newswatch 16's Chelsea Strub tonight. Chelsea?
Charlotte, we're inside the Elm Hill Hose Company in Plymouth, and you can see Brian behind me here with his chief, and they've got the Jaws of Life here. We're just unveiled it, and we're just testing it out a little bit. Let us give you a look at what it took to get to this point. For the last 5 weeks, Junior Fire Chief Brian Lyons has been very busy. In July, he started his mission to raise enough money with his lemonade stand to purchase a life-saving tool for the Elm Hill Hose Fire Company in Plymouth.
He's been selling lemonade, and he sold about 9,500 cups, I guess you could total it to, in hopes just to get a Jaws of Life for a station.
Through a Facebook page, donations from the community, and his lemonade stand, Brian was within $2,000 of his goal. This week, the company that makes the tool decided to give it to him in good faith while he raised the rest of the money.
It's exciting. I don't think it hit us yet, but he's been working really hard for it.
After seeing Brian's dedication, one company in the back mountain decided to donate the remaining balance.
He pleaded, for $1.60 from everybody who was watching his page, and he would have met the goal. So you kind of want to let people help themselves when it comes right down to it. So we sat back a little bit, but we were not letting him go in without making his goal. He deserved this, and he did this for his department.
Now it's just a waiting game until the tool arrives and Brian can add it to the list of other equipment he's helped purchase for the department. And Brian, what do you want to name the Jaws of Life that goes on the fire truck?
Heat wave.
And why Heat Wave?
Because it's a fire tool.
Brian had to jump a few hurdles to get to this point. Some folks complained to local authorities that he didn't have the proper permits to operate a stand. Now legislation is in the works in Harrisburg to make sure kids like Brian can do things like this for their community. Brian's mother is proud he hasn't let anything stop him.
Brian has autism, and it never did it hold him back from, doing what he wants to do. It's on his mind, he's going to do it.
What he's doing with his efforts is bringing the whole community together, and we couldn't be more proud of him for what he's accomplished, and I think this is just the tip of the iceberg for him.
And as you can see, the community has come together inside here in the Elm Hill Hose Company. You can see the chief and Brian there really getting their hands in that Jaws of Life, seeing how that tool works. Now, Brian says his mission is not over. His next goal is to get new fire suits for the company here. Chelsea Strub, Newswatch 16, reporting live in Plymouth.